Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take on a challenge that is potentially very difficult. I don't actually know what to expect with this. I saw this in my Discord, a video where you can only use one of every block in Trailmakers. This was submitted by Salty. Now, the idea is to eventually do like a dogfight with this, but I honestly don't know how possible it is to build a functional plane where you can only use one of each part. That essentially means there's no chance for symmetry, because you can't put the same parts on one side and the other, because that would be two of each part. Planes kind of require symmetrical parts, like two of almost everything. So I want to find out just how hard it is to get a plane to function where we can only use one of each part in this video, and if it seems to be working, maybe maybe we can make a multiplayer dogfight video and I'll have to build a new plane, one of each part after that, but at least I'll have some experience with it. All right, so the good news is it's really easy to only use one cockpit. That's pretty much standard for these planes. So a center of thrust, because we can only use one of each thruster. So we could either try to build a plane that only uses one thruster. Like, we could probably build a plane based around this. But do you have any idea how quickly we're gonna run out of parts if we try to like attach too many things? Because I can only use one of these, and then if I want to like add more connecting pieces, it's like I can use this, but now I can't just duplicate it for symmetry. I have to then use another piece. This is gonna be very hard. It's also gonna look completely ridiculous. And then the wings are gonna be a whole nother story. This actually might be better, the rocket engine. Let me use the rocket engine. Just like the attachment points are more convenient. We need a body to attach things to, so I can use one cube. I don't know if I ban the block. Wait, oh, that's weird. Now all of a sudden I can't use any other block. Unban that block. Wait, what? How come when I ban the block, it bans all the blocks? Oh, is it because it's on the build? Ban block. Ah, so the build becomes unviable if the build is using a ban block. I was hoping I could ban myself from using it again, but I don't know if there's going to be an easy way. I think it's going to be like a memory game. I have to try to remember what blocks I've used and haven't used yet, unfortunately. Okay, so wings and lift. Wings and lift. The tail, like every single time I think of a part of the plane that I can only use one of, it becomes impossible to imagine this working. Because our tail and our wings have to be different from each other. And the left and right side also have to be different from each other. Oh, we have elevator tail. It's one part. Oh, that's so good. How do I fit it? How do I fit the elevator tail with this thing here? It would be so good. And this is actually really heavy. You know what? I might have to do unequal thrust. All right, this is 60. This is 80. So what we could potentially do here is use one of these and one of these, plus one of these and one of these, and we offset them center of mass so that the center of thrust becomes... Oh, we got propellers too. This can be centered. It has to be propeller. I don't know why I was thinking propeller. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about propellers. Okay, this is starting to click that with possibilities. Maybe if I just center all of my thrust, because then I can build this, or hold on. Yeah, I'll put these in here. I can use a connector there, and now I need like a block in here, and then I can use this connector here. Now this is attached, but then I need to have more blocks. How do I do this? Because now I need a tail. Ah, and then I can use the other connector. Oh, I got it. So now this connector goes right there. Okay, so now we've got our tail. That's good. So now I feel like this should be longer though. How do I make it longer? I can do this and check this out. I put that. Wait, this doesn't attach. This doesn't attach like this? I can put that right there. How about this one? So I'm gonna be using parts I've never used before, I think. All right, so we got that part of the tail. I feel like I can just slap this onto that. That's not too bad. And then I don't know why I don't want to waste it, but I feel like that's gonna look good. All right, now the side wings. How do we do a side wing? Oh, this is gonna get in the way of the side wings potentially. All right, so from what I've heard, modular wings and flap wings, although they are spatially identical, as you can see. I've heard that modular wings have more lift. So let's find out here. It seems to say that the lift is centered. Now the ailerons are going to be the problem. So this flap wing, I don't think I want to, I just want to use it as lift. Maybe? No, I don't know. I truly don't know. Because then I want to use an aileron, and I want to use the aileron over here too, but I literally can't. So if I use the small aileron, how stupid is that? We were like kind of on the verge of looking good, but now this ruined, the wings ruin everything. Because I've had so much stuff centered that I only needed one piece, but now I'm at the point where I have to like start sacrificing stuff on the edges. I mean, this is bigger, but it looks slightly better. Wait, I'm confused here. Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, why isn't the lift going that way? All right, so this is bad though. The elevator fins work completely differently than wings. They just provide like a lot of directional drag. They don't provide like lift, so I don't think it's gonna be quite the same. So maybe I do just do this. I could also do, maybe this will be similar. Nope, see that actually offsets our center of lift. Okay. So I think it is the aileron. So maybe this aileron will go like 30 degrees and this aileron goes 5 degrees. It'll be hard to tell if that actually works. All right, does this work? All right, I mean, right now, all of our controls are in. Let's see if we fly. I didn't see our center of mass versus our center of lift though. Oh my goodness. Oh! Okay, we got a problem. We've definitely got a problem. Where's our center of mass? Center of mass is behind our lift. We need a little bit more mass back here. Or we just move the lift back. Let's move our wings back. There we go. Now they're more aligned. So I'm trying to figure out what the problem is with our controllability right now, because we got to fix that. I mean, everything starts off great until I start trying to do anything, and then everything falls apart. I think like, all right, let me do something. Let's just check what the problem is. If I have this symmetrical, was that the problem? Like, is these two different wings here? Are these two different wings being a problem? Let's find out. All right, we fly fine. Okay, this is perfectly fine. So I'm kind of feeling like, I heard in the comments at one point that the flap wings and the modular wings had different lift amounts, and I'm not convinced of that anymore based off of this performance. So this flies completely flying. Our problem is we have the ailerons doubled up for symmetry. So we need to make something asymmetrical and somehow maintain control. Like, this thing is so great just on its own, but how do we prevent it from being a dum-dum in the sky? Now, if I do this, all right, is this actually going to give me uneven lift like the thing? Oh, it does. It does. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. I don't have control. This is actually really, I figured this was gonna be hard, and it is really hard. It might be harder than I was hoping it was gonna be. What do we do about it? I need a way to rotate. All right, I could use gyros, but is that too much? Maybe if we do like the dogfight version, the multiplayer version, we might need to rely on that just to like, so we're not struggling so hard to create something functional. I think if I just added a single gyro for roll, and then my wings are just trying to equalize lift, I think that's going to be probably the best bet, the easiest way to do it. But let's say I want it to be realistic plane physics where I'm using wings and ailerons to actually control and not gyro control. I think that would be a more significant and interesting challenge. So for the wings, I only have 2 ailerons. I also have the flap wing. Maybe I can equalize this flap wing and this flap wing and actually use the flaps in a way that makes sense. Okay, so now you can see we've got more lift over here because we got these 2 wings. So can I add more lift over here? I can by moving this sideways. And I'll add one of these blocks. All right, one more block, it appears. Maybe another one. I don't think have I used this? I don't think I've used this single 4-piece yet. All right, now we're a little bit more centered, but we're not perfect. but we might be good enough. So now we also have drag issues. There is an asymmetry of drag. So now I will use one 4x1 wedge, the only 4x1 wedge. It's gonna be weird, but let's see. So this flap, if I want to turn left, we need to go A, D in that direction. Let's set it at 5 degrees. This one, I'll go like, I don't know, 15 degrees. And this one goes DA. Let's double check. All right, that looks good. All right, now let's see if I've actually equalized our forces out here. This is really weird. Okay, it's not great. The issue is the pitch, believe it or not. When I pitch, it has a significant adverse roll. All right, hold on. But this is way, way more possible and controllable than the last one. Okay, this is not bad. This is actually not bad. Like, look at this. I mean, technically, I've achieved basic functionality. Like, I can fly, I can go, and I can come back and land. Like, that is bare minimum. Doesn't have to work great, but it works. What would I change about this thing right now? Hold on. So I'm gonna try to fly perfectly low level. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna pitch up. See, that is what happens when I pitch up. And the justification I can see for that is the left's wing is probably catching more air as we pitch up into the air. Is there a way to counter that? Oh, that could just be, oh, that might actually just be the dialing in. It might not be the positions of the wings. It might just be the force of this flap versus the force of this flap. So this flap might need to go to like 20 degrees. This one's already at minimum. This one, I'll just increase and try to equalize that out then. Yeah. This actually might not, this might work. All right, ready and pitch up. Same problem, same problem. No, that's what I just did doesn't make any sense because when I'm pitching, I'm not using these flaps. So the roll is happening independent of the flaps. That's only the tail that is doing any controls. So these flap controls do not mean anything. If that's the case, what can we do to fix this problem? Center of mass is centered. Center of lift, oh, you can actually see it. Center of lift slightly favors this side. Really, really slightly. So if I do, hold on. If I do this with, I can use a pipe to connect. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. That looks pretty centered to me. Okay, let's try this now. All right, we are flying straight. No, we're not. All right, let's level off a little bit. All right, ready and lift up. It feels like we have more lift on the left. Is there any way to equalize this out? You know what's kind of cool? The windows. You can see the thrust through the windows on the top. That's actually, I like that. That was not intentional. All right, so as I'm flying, not doing anything, this is happening. So it seems to me that we do have more lift on the left side, but the center of lift seems centered to me. What if I just add this? See if that works. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is bad. This is so much bad. Okay, we got a big problem with pitch again. So now when I pitch, we have the complete opposite, way overcompensated. So just adding that messed everything up. How do our forces look? This is the force right here. What is this force? Center of vertical drag. Shows the average center of vertical drag. So front to back, it's in a good position, but this is the force we're potentially... No, now it's perfect. It's perfectly centered now. Like that looks really good. Does it look like it's slightly... Is it slightly off? It might actually be slightly off. It's really hard to tell. How do we get this thing to fly better? Yeah, look at this. Our left side has more... It seems to have more lift. So, but I just moved the lift out on the right side, which is weird because it seemed to be actually doing better before. Here, let me move this to the right. See, now we're gonna definitely see a mismatch here. So let's see what happens as we fly. We should go to the other way, right? Oh, yeah, now it's extreme. Just making sure the things are working as I as I expect them to work. Okay, we have more drag on the right side. Center of drag is not a thing that we have measurements for. We have to kind of eyeball it. But yeah, you can see I'm yawing so slightly. If I keep my roll steady, I'm actually doing like a slight yaw to the right, and I think it's because of that pipe piece. There might not be much I can do about the pipe piece. And nope, that won't work either, because the pipe piece is yellow. Here, maybe this, I don't know. I don't know how to equalize that. What I was thinking is maybe I do this, but now we have the problem. Oh, no, this could work, because now I replace this pipe, or this block with a 4x1 tube, because now we have that same one. It's just in a slightly different position, but this has more drag than this. Let's see if this equalizes out. We're still yawing to the right. That is interesting. But you know what? Oh man, look at that. I was just doing pitch there. Okay. Yeah, see, when I pitch up, I can't really roll left because it rolls me to the right. That's what I'm trying to figure out this whole time, is like, how do we get rid of that? We've equalized out so many forces, and it seems to have a really good effect, but this is the last one. But hold on, I want this thing to be like, you know, we want to be able to have dogfights too. So we can also add a weapon onto this thing. Maybe this will affect the physics in a good way. Adding more weight might just give it more substance to, like, less stuff to push around for the asymmetries. So a weapon, this is only 2.9 kilograms. This is 4.4. So do I just do one weapon? If I do a minigun on one side, I can totally put a rocket on the other side and I will be equal weight, right? Yeah. Let's see how this feels. I have my weight slightly forward now, which I think is generally more stable. Okay, we do have, I should put the minigun on the opposite side because we have a slight yaw to the right already. So the minigun has recoil. So if I add that recoil to the left side, oh, I can't unless I put it up like that. That looks kind of weird. It looks weird, but it's like not terrible. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's not bad. And then rocket. Okay, now let's actually try to control ourselves. Whoa. Somehow, so I moved my wings back by a block so I could fit the minigun in like a slightly better position. And this almost feels normal. There is slight asymmetry. A very slight asymmetry that I can feel, but it's really not bad. This is kind of surprising. Like, this is totally functional. If this looked like a normal plane, like if you couldn't see that this was all kinds of messed up. Okay, well, hold on. Now it's doing this. Dang it. I was just about to say, if you couldn't see that it was all kinds of messed up, you wouldn't be able to feel it. So you could get away with like passing it off as like, oh, everything's perfectly fine. But then you get stuff like this happening. And I don't know why that starts happening because our center of lift looks really centered. All right, let's take this thing in for a landing. Yeah. Okay, no, we're good. 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 Look at this. No problem. Let's take a look at our forces again. See, look at this. Okay, hold on. Center of thrust is slightly low. That's okay, though. As long as it's centered left to right. Center of... So you know what's kind of weird? Center of lift looks like it's slightly to the right. Like, if the center of lift was off by any percentage, I would say that it is off to the right and not the... Like, yeah, look at this. You see, here's the yellow circle that is in the middle. You can see that the blue circle... It's so hard to tell. Yeah, the blue circle totally goes to the right more than the left. So, if our center of lift is slightly to the right side, why do we roll to the right naturally? It should be the opposite, shouldn't it? All right, experiments is needed. I still have a modular wing here. Let me just slap this modular wing down right there. Now, this is definitely gonna mess it up. We're gonna roll to the left now. We should roll to the left. Yeah, hardcore rolling to the left. So, why does it roll to the right? All right, hold on. There's still more options. There's still more options. I don't know why I'm expecting that I can get a perfectly balanced plane with a completely unbalanced set of build conditions. All right, I'm trying to level off now, and then I'm not pressing anything. Why does it do that? And if you guys aren't familiar with the game, no, the propellers do not introduce torque. These propellers do not. If I had a manual propeller, it would. But like here, I can probably just take this thing off. I can probably still fly without it, to be honest. Watch it actually prove me wrong. All right, so let's go ahead and fly nice and straight. Level off, and now I'm not pressing anything. So just to confirm, it is not a propeller adding torque into the system. There's something else going on here. So I added that little wing up to the right of the cockpit in hopes that it's going to just give a little bit more to the right side. They don't actually provide lift. They only provide drag. But it really doesn't appear to make much of a difference. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of lift options that aren't going to way overcompensate stuff unless I move this out further. So I'm going to go out one more further, add this pipe back in. Now you can see our center of lift. Let's just see what this feels like. It should be even more extreme roll to the right. All right, ready? It doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel nearly as bad as I expected it to. All right, because what I want to do now, I'm going to replace this with that modular wing. We got a modular wing that definitely pulls us more to the right side a little bit. So now we should veer to the left. Yep. Okay. That's what I wanted to happen, because that's what should happen. I want what should happen to happen. We've been having not enough of that. So now I want to add this over one more, and I guess I'll just add like this piece. Ooh, that's terrible. All right, now I'm going to replace this with the 4 again, just to reduce a little bit more on drag. And actually, I'm going to move this out, move this in, so that one is not subject to those terrible forces. All right, I need to see my centers. What are they looking like now? All right, now it is definitely more to the left. Let's see what happens here. What? Okay, now I'm not pressing anything. What? See, this doesn't work the way I would expect, because I moved my center of lift. It's visibly more to the left side of my aircraft, but now I roll to the left. Oh, and then, whoa. When I pitch, it reverses. In that direction, it makes more sense. This is weird. So when I'm flying horizontal, I have a roll to the left, and then when I pitch, it has a distinct roll to the right. How am I supposed to equalize that? Like, honestly, what am I supposed to even do about that? Okay, I'm pretty much, I don't know how the physics are working anymore. I mean, this seems worse. I kind of like the old version better, where this just goes in here. It's just less fluff, unnecessary fluff. Let me see how this feels on the pitch, because the roll isn't hard to deal with. When we're going straight like that, that's not hard. But now when I pitch up, it still does roll a little bit. I can counter it. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, let's do some stunt flying here. Let's test this thing out. There we go. We'll go down. Oh boy, hold on. Yeah. Nailed it. Oh, totally nailed that. Really thought I was about to crash there. Now let's try to like stabilize out. Go under here. Just scrape the ground a little bit. That was all part of the plan. Let's go through this Superfire now. Like, I've got control. I've built worse aircraft than this. I've definitely built way worse aircraft than this for controllability. This isn't bad at all. All right, and in for a landing. All right, I mean, we survived. All right, let's try to like just confirm here. We've got every single block. Tail fin, elevator tail, a space thruster, a 2x2x2 square, a small porthole, airplane window, block 2x4, flat connector 1x3, flat connector 1x2, flat connector 1x4. We've got a Dragon jet, a 1x4 tube, 1x1 tube, modular wing, flap wing, small flap wing, a single 4x1 wedge, a minigun, a rocket launcher, a space fighter cockpit, and a large propeller. No repeats of any blocks as far as I can see. So, I mean, mission accomplished. It might be kind of fun to do this with other vehicle types too. Like a land vehicle isn't nearly as dependent on... Oh, that could actually be fun. A land vehicle isn't nearly as dependent on the center of the forces that are centered. However, wheels. If you can only use one of each type of wheel, I think that could be fun too. So if you think this is an idea worth exploring for some like multiplayer stuff as well, or just other single experiments like this, let me know what kind of variations you think would be fun. I think just a land vehicle, like a car battle or something, could be really fun with it. So I'm interested to see what you guys think about that. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.